Thanks for joining us this Cardinal opening day. I'm Kay Quinn, joined by Jim Castillo. We have team coverage all over St. Louis for opening day. 5 on your side's Rennie Knott and Ahmad Hicks at Ballpark Village. Holden Kerwicki is outside Busch Stadium, where the gates are just about to open. But we begin with Jim Castillo. He's got the answer to the question everybody is asking, which is, what will weather be like at first pitch, Jim?
Yeah, well, at first pitch, it does look like the good chance of it being dry, which is great. So what we're watching is not only that cloud cover that's moving in, but from Cuba to Wentzville, Richmond Heights to Highland, we're seeing some breaks in the cloud cover. We've seen a lot of wind. You can see here from 100 above the park, looking toward Busch Stadium, we have 51 degrees right now, so it's getting warmer, but it's windy all day. So the wind gusts are way up, and at first pitch, 53 for that temperature and about 50 by 6. A spot shower can't be ruled out, but there's a better chance of rain after the game, and then a mix of rain and snow by tomorrow morning. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, don't leave the jacket at home. You're going to need that this afternoon. Now, the cold didn't stop fans from getting in line early this morning to get their hands on some cheap tickets. This is video of the die-hard fans just after sunrise. Boy, I'm sure it was worth the wait, or it will be. This is the first time since 2019 that Busch Stadium will be allowed to be at capacity for the home opener. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki joins us now. He's live outside the ballpark where everyone is buzzing about a few Redbirds in particular. Holden, what's going on?
That's exactly right, Kay. You know, we were delayed just a little bit by the lockout, but you know, nothing is going to stop Cardinal Nation from coming out and getting a last glimpse of possibly Yachty, Albert, and maybe even Waino's last season wearing the birds on the bat. Now, ahead of the games, fans actually packed into Ballpark Village with Fred Bird for an official opening day pep rally where they gave away free tickets to a few lucky fans, and you might need them if you're coming out here today. I heard Scalpers actually trying to sell standing room only tickets for $100 a while ago, and while the sun seems to be fluctuating depending on the clouds, the Cardinals fans I spoke to told me that nothing is going to ruin their return to the ballpark as we start another push for a World Series.
So excited I could not sleep last night. I literally slept 1 hour.
Yeah, that's my mom. She's big on the Clydesdales. For me, I just want to hear that first roar of the crowd when Albert, Waino, and Molina get introduced. So
this is better than Easter.
Batting practice is now underway, and they are getting ready to open up the gates in just a few minutes to allow fans inside for an early look at the Cardinals as they get their first few hacks in. But if you want to look at today's lineup, let's go over to Ballpark Village where Ahmad and Rennie are standing by.
Good morning there, Holden. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Rennie Knott alongside Ahmad Hicks. We're right here in the thick of it in Ballpark Village. The fans, we know, are pumped up. It's been a long time before they've had an opportunity to cheer on this team in person. Ahmad Hicks just came up from the clubhouse.
Yep.
Tell me about this lineup today.
They're all excited. They were all putting on their jerseys when we walked in there. So that team that's going to trot out on the field, how about we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Adam Wainwright making another opening start, and behind the plate, Yachty Molina, the greatest catcher of all time. Now in the infield, we have Goldschmidt, Edmund, DeYoung, and Arenado rounding out the infield. Then in the outfield, you have Harrison Bader, Tyler O'Neill, and of course Dylan Carlson on the other side. He's batting leadoff today, and we can't forget that one guy, number 5.
What? Number five. I've heard about this number 5 guy before. Now, one thing about Albert Pujols returning to the Cardinals, he's a little older than he was. He's 42 years of age now. Do you believe the guy can still swing the stick, and if so, why?
I do think he can still swing the stick. Now, can he swing it as effectively as he did it 10 years ago in the Cardinals uniform? Probably not. But this is a guy who's destroyed left-handed pitching his entire career, and the Cardinals struggled to do that last year, so he will definitely help in that category.
I'm just going to lay the money on the line right now. I think Albert's going to hit one deep today. That's just me. Now, the guy on the mound is just a year or two younger than Albert Pujols.
I know, right?
40-year-old Adam Wainwright. He gets to start his 6th career opening day start for the Cardinals. What is it about him that you saw when you're down there in Jupiter that has you believing he still has the stuff?
He attacks each and every day like it's a game day, whether that's practice at spring training or that's a warm-up mound toss that he has with Yachty here at Busch Stadium, or it's a real-life game, he approaches every single day with the same mindset. And that's why he's always able to pitch a full season, because he approaches even his offseason like the regular season.
Now, everybody's been talking about the three amigos doing this one more time. Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, and Adam Wainwright. They're all, you know, two in their 40s, one about to be 40. But their manager's just 35 years of age. Oliver Marmol, just a kid when you think about those three, but a guy that's in many ways wise beyond his years.
Yeah, and if you ask any of the Cardinals players around him, they will all tell you that he deserved this moment and this position that he has right now. He's been in the Cardinals organization ever since. He was drafted in the majors. Well, he never made it to the majors, but that's why he says he understands what this culture is all about, and he can't help to wait to go try and get a World Series later this year.
He could bridge that gap between those old three that we just talked about and the young guys on the roster.
He doesn't ever think about his age unless someone like me asks him about it.
And what are you? About his age. So there you go.
Close to it.
Us elder statesmen, we know the difference. We're live out here at Ballpark Village. Kate will be back with much more on this game, the players, the ins and the outs, and who we think is going to win, but we all know who that is.
We know who
the
that
team
is.
that wears red.
Exactly. And Rennie and Ahmad, what's so amazing, like from watching here at home or back at the station, is that it looks like the game's about to start. That's how many people are already down at Busch Stadium.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
They're excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it really is, but it's been a while. If you think about it, we still have 3 hours to go before that first pitch. So
and a lot of fans said they were playing hooky from work and school today to be here.
We're working, though.
We're working, yes, but we're having fun at the same time. I know so many people take today off. Good for you. Enjoy. It's such a great day. Here's the order of all the fun today, starting with the gates opening. They are already open. Pre-game festivities don't begin until 2:30. That crowd down there, it looks like the game's about to start, right? Who better to kick off the event than the legendary Budweiser Clydesdales as that on-field event gets underway this afternoon. You can catch all the Hall of Famers. They actually have this broken down minute by minute, the schedule for the on-field events. The Hall of Famers will come out at 2:38. And finally, the first pitch, of course, 3:15. And we want to remind you what items are prohibited at Busch Stadium. Do not take these. Bags and purses should not exceed 10 inches by 10 inches by 8 inches, so leave your big bags at home. Exceptions will be made for medical or diaper bags. And as always, no weapons, coolers, or alcohol. Remember, there will be plenty of cold beer inside. All right, don't want to drive downtown? There are some alternative options for game day travel. 2 free shuttles will run from Soulard to the stadium, one from Big Daddy's, another from Llewellyn's. For Metro East fans, unfortunately, the Redbird Express no longer running. However, there's free parking at all the Metrolink stations, and the train stops right by the stadium. Be sure to check out our guide to Cardinals opening day. Just text the word cards to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link.